Hey YouTube, this is D from Gamextc, and we're going to go through the no power fix on the Sega CD Model 1. So, why does this happen? 9 times out of 10 is to do with the Pico Fuse. And it's relatively easy to understand. The Pico Fuse is there to protect the motherboard, essentially the console. And if it detects any excessive current, then it'll blow. Essentially, it's done its job. Okay, that's enough of the science. Now, before we jump into the video, please subscribe to our channel and feel free to check us out on eBay at Gamextc. Although this one's working, I will go through the steps to show you exactly how you resolve the issue. So let's start. All you need here is a Phillips head screwdriver. First, you want to remove the 2 top screws at the top of the Sega CD Model 1, and then flip it round. Underneath, you have 6 screws that also need to be removed. Once you've loosened the screws, you can remove the top shell from the bottom shell. You just want to make sure that you don't damage the lock on the side of the console which is left to the CD drive on the outer shell. Once you remove, you'll be faced with 2 metal plates, one protecting the motherboard and the other protecting the CD drive. You can also see the power unit, which I'll zoom in on and show you a couple of things. A couple of other issues that it could potentially be would be the power jack. It could be capacitors. To check if it's the Pico Fuse, there's 2 ways of doing this. You can place a flathead screwdriver between both stands of the fuse and see if it comes on. Whilst doing this, please be careful and be gentle, and if your Mega CD turns on, then you know it's the fuse. Another method you can use is a multimeter. You can set it to the DC setting. The first step is to find a grounding point on the Sega Mega CD and to use the positive side on one stand of the fuse. And then you place the red probe on the other side of the Pico Fuse and check the reading. If the readings are inconsistent, then that's another indication that the Pico Fuse is blown. Now we've been through that, let's start removing the metal plates, which are held down by 7 screws in total. Carefully remove the metal plate for the CD drive, unclip the ribbon, and then move the metal plate for the motherboard. Loosen the 2 screws on the connector, and slowly remove the motherboard. The other way of doing this is by removing these 2 screws that are on the connector. Once they're removed, you can simply lift the motherboard out, providing that the ribbons have been disconnected. I personally prefer this way as it gives me a chance to give the console a deep clean. Disconnect the final ribbon. Finally, remove the 2 screws that's holding down the power supply, then you can get to work. Let's zoom in a little bit here. Now what you want to do is remove the old Pico Fuse and solder in the new one. The right hand side of the screen shows what type of Pico Fuse you require. Link is in the description. Now let's put everything back together and fire it up.